Welcome to a new episode of ROX WORX, a series where we showcase what we do at ROX. My name is Christian and I'm an entrepreneur in residence and the project lead for Reesi. In our ROX WORX series, we have partnered with various startups, as you've seen in the previous videos, but also we undertake in-house projects, as you also might have seen maybe from the Even I video. But one of the projects we are currently doing called Reesi, where I'm gladly part of it and a project lead as well. And for Reesi, our goal is to increase productivity for clinical trial sites by using artificial intelligence to make the trial identification and trial selection process for healthcare professionals as easy as possible to reduce that burden. Today, I'm very, very excited to have two guests with me. Joining me are Silke, who is an experienced study nurse who works as a freelancer for various study sites and various indications, so is a very, very good expert in the matters of the operational side of running a clinical trial. And also Horst Flattmann, who is a clinical operations portfolio leader at Roche Germany, who also knows his way around clinical trials and what needs to be done in order to run a successful clinical trial. So let's start with Silke. First of all, Silke, thank you very much for being here. Could you maybe elaborate a bit more about the pain points Reesi is solving and why that might be relevant for your daily doing?
Hi, thank you for invitation. Well, the pain point always is time. Actually, the landscape of clinical studies in the indication breast cancer is quite diverse. So one indication with so many different criterions. For example, hormone receptor positive or negative, HER2 positive or negative, adjuvant, neoadjuvant, or in the progressive situation. This list is quite long. All the situations are indicated in the in- and exclusion criterions of the studies. To suggest the patient to a clinical trial, the study nurse or even the investigator checks the patient's disease pattern according to the in- and exclusion criterions of the study. For that, they need to know all the different in- and exclusion criterions of the different clinical trials. At the most sites, there's a number of studies are available. The study nurse or the investigator needs a lot of time to pre-select the best study for the patient's situation. This work can now be done by Reesi. Even if a single study site unites to a network with different studies at each study sites, it becomes easier to find the best clinical trial for the patient's situation. I worked with Reesi. For that, I created fictive patients with different disease patterns. Additionally, I created a network of study sites in Reesi with a lot of different studies that Reesi takes from clinicaltrial.gov. Here, Reesi helps to reduce time for the allocation of the patients to the study. Reesi saves brain capacities of the study nurse or the investigator. Reesi finds easily the best fitting clinical trial for the patient's situation. Reesi does the whole pre-selection process, and there's no need of professional competence anymore. So I can outsource this process to a person that is not involved in clinical studies at all.
Thank you very much, Silke. That's very great and actually very reassuring to hear that we are addressing a very, very important need in the industry right now. So thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
To maybe give another perspective, we also have Horst here, who is running clinical trials for Roche, and it's very interesting to also hear his perspective. So Horst, could you maybe share a bit why are we tackling a relevant problem, or what is the actual problem here as well?
Yes, so from the Roche perspective, and in fact this also applies not only for Roche, but in fact for the research and pharmaceutical industry as a whole, very much comes down to the key aspect of finding patients within a given time frame who are suitable and could benefit from a novel treatment option in a clinical study. So now the challenge here consists of three major aspects. First, the total number of clinical studies has increased steadily over the years. At the moment, In Germany, there are roughly more than 2,700 clinical studies running alone. So this fact alone is making it increasingly challenging for the sites and also us as sponsors to find appropriate study patients within a given time frame. Second, there is a clear trend towards personalized and individualized patient treatment regimens, especially in the area of oncology. This is in fact good news for the patients. Thanks to the clinical studies, an increasing number of effective and safe treatment options are now available for the patients, which is great. This development is continuing, of course, and it is an area in which we in Roche have a significant market share, and we have very interesting molecules in our development pipeline as well. So we are very interested in running clinical trials in this area further. However, it is, of course, becoming increasingly challenging to find those suitable patients that need this personalized treatment. It's really sometimes like finding the needle in the haystack. And the third aspect here is that in general, clinical studies are becoming increasingly complex. Of course, also due to the fact that increasing personalized treatment regimens are applied, meaning that patients are or need to be selected with more selection criteria. They need to be found, right? This is more work, but also due to the increased regulatory requirements, which have to ensure that studies are conducted safely in the interest of the patients. So this additional administrative burden on the sites is not easy for them, and it sometimes really prevents them from focusing on what really matters, finding suitable patients. So in summary, it is these three aspects: increasing number of clinical trials in general, increasing personalized treatment regimens, especially in the area of oncology, and additional workload for the sites, being it due to the complexity of the trial itself, or being it additional administrative burden.
Thank you very much for sharing that, Horst. That resonates very well with me in terms of like the whole problem landscape. How would you, or based from your perspective, how do you think the Reesi app or our platform can help in that regard?
Yeah, so Reesi really has great potential. It is an easy-to-use app which combines artificial intelligence algorithms with the expert knowledge of the sites. And that, from my perspective, is really a key differentiator compared to many other patient matching vendors out there. And on top of that, the Reesi app has the potential to also easily engage associated networks, associated collaborating or site networks to an investigational sites, hence enlarging the potential patient pool for a single site to a multiple referring site network, would have more opportunities to reach out to patients and ask them and really find out if they are potentially suitable to enroll in a clinical study. So in summary, from my perspective, the Reesi app has great potential. It is a great perspective and opportunity for both, not only the sites, but also for us as sponsors. So to speak, this is really a win-win situation for all of us.
That sounds great. Thank you very much for sharing that, Horst. The win-win situation definitely resonates very, very well with me. Thank you. And thank you as well, Silke, to both of you for taking the time and sharing your insights into the clinical research landscape and how Reesi might solve some problems that we have here. And for me, as I have, I'd say like a very strong interest in the whole clinical research space, this has been a great discussion. So thank you very much, both of you, for taking the time. And also thank you very much to all the viewers who watched until here, for staying here. And if anyone wants to find out more about what we do here at ROX Health, what we do at Reesi, feel free to reach out anytime. And if you're just interested in the next episode of ROX WORX, stay tuned. This will be out pretty shortly as well. So thank you all and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being with you and giving input. Bye.